Live. We live, we live, we live, we live, we live. All right. Shalom, shalom, family. This is a very, very special occasion for us. We took a segment out of our Biblical Hebrew 101 class and brought them on YouTube for them to read from the Torah, in particular Exodus 20, in Biblical Hebrew. So we have a couple of people that are going to be reading Biblical Hebrew from our Biblical Hebrew class, and we are going to start right now. So once again, for those of you who are just now joining us, we have our Biblical Hebrew 101 class that's about to read from the Torah in Biblical Hebrew, in particular Exodus chapter 20. Exodus chapter 20. Absolutely, family, hit that like button. All right, it's the Shabbat, and we are absolutely ready to get it in. We're going to start off with our brother. I want you to introduce yourself, man, from VA. I want you to tell the family what's your name, what city you hail from, and then I'm going to allow the share screen to come in, and you can begin to read. All right, you could begin to read. First, let me get that shared window screen ready. There we go. That's ready. That's fired up. All right. That's ready. That's fired up. All right. You can introduce yourself, my brother. Tell us what's your name, what city you from, and then we're gonna set up the reading. Okay. I'll tell you what, while you fine-tuning your audio in the background, we'll have More Nikumia tell us his name, tell us what city he's from, and we're going to go right into the reading. And in the meanwhile, man, from VA, you could fine-tune your audio. Whenever your audio starts, say something again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. All right, take it away.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right, yeah. My name is Darnell Keith. I'm from Virginia. I grew up in Virginia. Right now I'm in Providence, Rhode Island. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. Long stories, but I'll keep it, simple. Um, so the first 5 verses here, hallelujah.
Let me share the screen so
Wada-
everybody could read. Hold on one moment. Let me share the screen so everybody could read. And preferably, we'd like to make sure that you're reading from the screen that we all could see. That way, everybody could follow along with you. Those out there who read Biblical Hebrew, they're able to follow along with you. So try your best to read from our screen so as to make sure that we're all in sync. All right. And you can start whenever you're ready. Do I need to make the screen bigger or is this big enough?
Uh, Try to make it bigger, but I think I can manage.
Okay, let me see. Let me see. How about that?
Yeah, that should be fine.
All right, take it away. I'm gonna put my mic on mute.
Wedaber Elohim et kal hadvarim ha'ale lemur. Anoki Yehovah Eloheka Asher Hotzeteka Me'eretz Mitzrayim Mibeit Abadim Avadim Lo Yeh Leka Elohim Aherim Al Panai Lo Ta'aseh Leka Fasal Ukal Tamuna Asher Bashamayim Mimao Wa Asher Baaretz Mitachat Wa Asher Ba'amayim Mitachat Laaretz lo tishtaha we lahem walo ta'av dem ki anoki Yahovah Eloheka El Quana Poked Awon Avot Al Banim Al Shaleshim Wa'al Rebeim Washena La Sona La Sona. Is that five? That's five, right? Hello? Hello?
I can't hear you, Moray. I can't hear
Oh,
anyone.
I was with the mic off.
Oh, okay, I'm like,
All right.
okay.
So next we're gonna hear from my brother Prince Daweed. I want you to unmute your mic, tell the people your name, tell them what city you from. I also want you to share anything else that you'd like to share. If there's something else that you'd like to share, by all means, speak it and then go right into your reading. All right.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High. Before I start, I just would like to share that this is truly a blessing, and to anybody that's out there watching, if you have been interested or if you have desired to learn our language, I tell you to go and do it. And Moray has been a blessing the way he's bringing us forward. So before I go, I just want to say this has been life changing. So go for it if this is what you desire to do. And to all my fellow classmates, I just say great job. Y'all keep up the great work as well, because we all gonna get better and better. So I'm thankful for this opportunity. My name is Prince Daweed. I grew up in Ohio, and I'm ready. So I'm gonna do the first three, and yeah, there we go. So I'm excited and
All
thankful
right.
for the
Perfect.
opportunity. So appreciate you for the opportunity.
You're
Hallelujah.
very, very welcome. So I'm going to switch the screens so that we can have the Exodus 20 cited so that everybody could read along. For those of you who are curious, listen, this should be inspiring for everybody who wants to learn the language of the Bible in its original language, Biblical Hebrew. This right here should inspire you to want to learn it. Having said that, here we go. Take it away.
Hallelujah. Wa'idaber Elohim et chal ha-devarim ha-ele lemor Anochi Yahuwah Elohecha asher hasoticha mi eretz Mitzrayim mi bet abadim lo yeh lecha Elohim aharim al panaya.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Nice, man. Nice, man. Nice. Listen, I tell people all the time when they come into the class, they look at the language and they all say, this is intimidating. It looks like Chinese to me. I don't even know what this script looked like. It looked like something I'm never going to be able to do. And by the time they're near graduating the class, they realize that this was the best decision that they've made as it regards stepping up their scholarship. Not only were they able to read it, but they were able to read, interpret, and translate to perfection. So I'm hoping in this moment, many of you are going to be inspired. Having said that, the next person that we will hear from is going to be Saint Mirko. Saint Mirko. Matter of fact, no. More Nehumia. My apologies. More Nehumia, I'm going to hear from you. Same thing. I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself to the people. Tell us what city you're from. And if you'd like to share anything else, by all means, go in and do so. And then we'll hear from you as pertains to the reading.
Shalom, shalom, everybody. I'm Nehumia, born in the Caribbean, Curaçao, one of the Netherlands Antilles Island. Now I live in Holland, in Amsterdam, almost every 3 times a week, staying awake till now it's almost 2 o'clock, learning Biblical Hebrew on the Moray Zion Lex. And it's good to sleep late at night for the lesson, so I don't regret it. I'm gonna read Shemot chapter 20 from 1 till 5 tonight for everybody. Hallelujah. Vaydaber Elohim et kal hadvarim ha'ele le'emor. Anoki Yehwa Eloheka asher hitzoteka me'eretz Mitzrayim mi beit avadim. Lo yihye leka Elohim achirim al panai. Lo ta'ase leka fesel wekal timuna asher. Hold on. Bashamayim mima'al wa asher ba'aretz mitachat wa asher Bamayim mitachat la'aretz. Lo tishtachwe lahem velo ta'avdim ki anoki Yehua Eloheka el kana poker awe avot al vadim al shileshim we al riveim le shonai.
Excellent job. Excellent job. Excellent job, man. Damn proud of you guys. Excellent job. Listen, just to remind everybody, this is just a segment of people from our class. We have many more people that take our Biblical Hebrew class that's currently enrolled. This is just a very small segment. The rest of the people in the class will have their opportunity to come back at a later time to read again. But this is the first people that you guys are seeing live on YouTube. And, you know, they've been preparing, they've been studying behind the scenes, and they are doing a marvelous job right now. And what I'm saying to everybody out there that doesn't know Biblical Hebrew, that wishes to learn Biblical Hebrew, use this moment to become inspired. Use this moment to say, yes, I could do it. Look up at the screen and notice that your fellow brothers and sisters look just like you. This is not a foreign thing. This is not a foreign people. This is yours. You could do it. Own it. Having said that, the next person we're going to hear from is Moray Saint Mirko. I'm going to ask you to unmute your mic, introduce yourself, tell the people where you're from, who you are, and if there's anything else you want to share before you go into your reading, then absolutely please feel free to do so.
So I'm Saint Mirko. Mom's is Haitian Taino, and my dad is Haitian. Born in Montreal, raised in Queens, New York, and back in up north now. Most High Saints, I want to give peace and blessings to everybody. Thank you, Moray, and thank everybody in the class. It's definitely an experience. Hallelujah. whenever you're ready, more.
Okay, let me power us up. All right, we ready.
Wadaber Elohim et kal had vadim ha et le la mor anoki Yehovah Eloheka e sher ho zetika me eretz mezraim mitzrayim me bet a vadim lo yeye leka Elohim eherim al panai lo ti se leka fasel we kal ta mona eretz ba a mayim mi ma al wa asher be eretz ha mitahat wa asher ba mayim mitahat la aretz lo tish ta ha we lahem wa lo ta'av daim ki anoki Yehovah Eloheka el kalna pokad I won vit vot al banim al shaleshim we al ri beim le shanai wa ash se ches said la la fin le ava ul shom re mit mi zota lo ti sa et shem Yehovah Eloheka la shawa ki lo ye na ka ke Yehovah et asher yi sa et shemo la shawa zakor et yom ha shabat lakad sho.
Excellent. You could definitely stop there. Thank you very, very much, Moray Saint Mirko. Now, here is what we're gonna do now. To everyone that just read, you guys join us on YouTube. Go to Zionlex TV and join us there. For the remaining reading with Mora Nishali is just going to be the two of us side by side. So you guys can slowly come off as we now close with the reading from Mora Nishali. And I want everyone on your way out to please do say Shabbat Shalom to our family who are watching online, as well as those who are watching online from many other different spiritual systems and views. They are all looking at you right now and very inspired. So please, on your way out, guys, please make sure that you greet them.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, family.
All right. All right. Mora Nishali is just you. It's just you. You ready?
I'm ready, more.
Now, I didn't tell you this. I'm setting you up. That's why I had everybody leave, because I'm setting you up. I'm not only going to have you read Exodus 20 for us, the whole thing, but I'm also going to have you read Bereshit, Genesis chapter 1. How you feel about that?
I'm confident.
Now, mind you guys, what's powerful about this is she didn't know that that's what we were about to do. She just came in and found out now, literally right now, that that is what we are about to do. So I like to shake things up every now and then in the class. Everybody knows that. I like to kind of put people on the spot, and here is your spot. I'm taking my time with you, Mora Nishali, for a very specific reason. A lot of people say that the Israelite community, you know, is very shallow as it pertains to the glory and respect of women, that women can't do this and women can't do that. Yet, in the classes that I give, all of the women prove that that is absolutely wrong. We continually prove that what people are saying women can or cannot do is absolutely wrong. And in fact, if I could keep it all the way real, some of the best readers in our classes have typically been the women. But y'all don't got to take my word on it. She about to show you. So Mora Nishali, I'm going to ask you to unmute your mic, introduce yourself to the community, tell us where you from, and if there's anything that you'd like to say before the reading, go into it. And then right after that, we going right to Exodus 20. And then when you complete that, we going straight to Genesis 1. That's right. Take your drink of water, because I'm going, you're going to work tonight. All right. All right. It's on you. Go ahead.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My name is Nashali. I'm from Puerto Rico. I've been here in America for like 5-6 years. And I live in Connecticut. I'm very grateful for the class. It just you just gotta relearn everything. It just challenge you on everything that you have learned. And it's just, you question everything, and it's just like a new type of learning with More. And I'm very grateful for that, More, because it changed a lot on how I view the language in Torah itself.
You're very welcome. And I want to say in your case, as with a couple of people that we had, you actually make my job easy because you do a lot of studying behind the scenes, and it shows when you read. And I think that everybody did a very good, and I want to say even amazing job reading. But what I want to let you guys know is get your popcorn ready. Get at the edge of your seat. Because if y'all talking about Israelite women can't do this and can't do that, wait till y'all hear her go in with this reading. So Mora Nishali, I asked you just one time. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. It's on you.
I cannot see the screen yet. Okay. Hallelujah. וידבר אלוהים את כל הדברים האלה לאמור. אנוכי יהוה אלוהיך אשר הוצאתיך מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים. לא יהיה לך אלוהים אחרים על פניי. לא תעשה לך פסל וכל תמונה אשר בשמיים ממעל ואשר בארץ, מתחה ואשר בעמיים מתחה לארץ. לא תשתחווה להם ולא תעבדן, כי אנוכי, אדוני אלוהיך אל קנה פוקד עוון אבות, על בנים על שילשים ועל ריבן לשונאי. ועושה חסד לאלפים לאוהבי ושומרי מצוותי. לא תישא את שם אדוני אלוהיך לשווא, כי לא יניח אדוני את אשר יישא את שמו לשווא. זכור את יום השבת לקדשו. ששת ימים תעבוד ועשית כל מלאכתך. ויום השביעי שבת לאדוני אלוהיך לא תעשה כל מלאכה אתה ובנך ובתך עבדיך ואמתך ובהמתך וגרך אשר בשריך. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ את הים ואת כל אשר בם ועינך ביום השביעי כן בירך אדוני את יום השבת ויקדשהו. It looks blurry. כבד את אביך ואת אמך למען יאריכון ימיך על האדמה אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך. לא תרצח, לא תנאף, לא תגנוב, לא תענך ברך את שקר. לא תחמוד בית רעך. לא תחמוד אשר רעך ועבדו ואמתו ושרו וחמורו וכל אשר לרעך. Maury, I cannot hear you.
I'm sorry. I was screaming too. Good thing y'all didn't hear me. Y'all better throw some fire emojis in the room. Are y'all kidding me? You got people that been reading biblical Hebrew for years that can't keep up with the same speed that she just gave it in. Family, please give her a round of applause. Let's get them clapping emojis in the room. Let's get some fire emojis in the room. And let's get some bombs in the room. And let's quit the nonsense that, you know, the sisters can't do this and the sisters can't do that. Because let me tell y'all something about these sisters. All the people that come in my classes do very well. But I got to tell you, and I got to keep it real from personal experience, the women in the class be taking it to different levels. No joke. And I'm going to start going live so y'all can see it. So shout out to you, Mora Nashali. You did an amazing job, but you know me. You know I'm a tough person, right? You know I can't I can't be too soft with you. So you came prepared to only read Exodus 20, but I'm going to throw Genesis 1 at you with no preparation. And let's see what you do with it, all right? And I got a surprise for you when you finish that. I got a surprise for you when you finish that. All right. All right. Here we go. All right. I'd like you to start with the very top that we can see on the screen in a couple of seconds, which is right there. All right, boom. I want you to start from right there. I want you to tell us what that says in Hebrew, and I want you to tell us by looking at the Hebrew letter what chapter that is.
Bereshit Aleph. Bereshit is in English is Genesis, but it actually means with beginning in the Hebrew definition. And what chapter we are in? Chapter 1.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm not going to say make me proud. I'm not going to say make the class proud, as I want to say make your family and yourself proud. You got this.
Hallelujah. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Ve'haaretz hayta tohu wabohu ve'choshech al panai tehum veruach Elohim merachefet מרחפת על פני המים. ויאמר אלוהים יהי אור, ויהי אור. וירא אלוהים את האור כי טוב, ויבדל אלוהים בין האור ובין החושך. ויקרא אלוהים לאור יום, ולחושך קרא לילה. ויהי ערב, ויהי בוקר, יום אחד. ויאמר אלוהים יהי רקיע בתוך המים, ויהי מבדיל בין מים למים. ויעש אלוהים את הרקיע, ויבדיל בין המים אשר מתחת לרקיע ובין המים אשר מעל לרקיע, ויהי כן. ויקרא אלוהים לרקיע שמיים, ויהי ערב, ויהי בוקר יום שני. ויאמר אלוהים יקהו המים מתחת השמיים אל מקום אחד, ותראה היבשה, ויהי כן. ויקרא אלוהים ליבשה ארץ, ולמקווי המים קרא ימים, וירא אלוהים כי טוב. ויאמר אלוהים תדשא הארץ דשא, עשב, מזריע, זרע, עץ, פרי, עושה פרי למינו אשר זרעו בו על הארץ, ויהי כן. ותוצא הארץ דשא, עשב, מזריע, זרע למינהו, ועץ עושה פרי אשר זרעו בו למינהו, וירא אלוהים כי טוב. ויהי ערב, ויהי בוקר טוב שלישי.
Stop right there. Stop right there. You are very impressive. The people can see you are very impressive. And just so everybody knows where we're at, Wayehi Erev, Wayehi Boker, Yom Shelishi is, and it was evening and it was morning, Yom Shelishi, day 3. So we're at verse 13. We're at verse 13, the closing of verse 13. Wayehi Erev, and it was evening. Wayehi Boker, and it was morning. Yom Shelishi, the 3rd day or day 3. Take it away.
ויאמר אלוהים יהי מאורות ברקיע השמיים, להבדיל בין היום ובין הלילה, והיו לאותות ומועדים ולמים ושנים. והיו למורות ברקיע השמיים להאיר על הארץ, ויהי כן. ויעש אלוהים את שני המורות הגדולים, את המאור הגדול לממשלת היום, ואת המאוד הכתוב לממשלת הלילה ואת הכוכבים.
Stop right there for a moment more on the Charlie. Let me just remind everybody where we're at right now. I had everybody in the class practice behind the scenes and study to read Exodus chapter 20 in Hebrew. Exodus chapter 20 is where we find the 10 commandments. So everyone essentially was studying to read the 10 commandments in Hebrew. Everyone was under the impression that that's what we'd be reading. The last person to read tonight is Mora the Shali. And I threw her a curveball. I gave her a chapter she's completely unprepared for. And in case y'all not noticing, she kicking butt left and right. She's knocking it out the park. She's killing it. Go ahead, Moana Shali, continue.
ויתן אותם אלוהים ברכיה השמיים להאיר על הארץ ולמשול ביום ובלילה ולהבדיל בין האור ובין החושך וירא אלוהים כי טוב. ויהי ערב ויהי בוקר טוב רביעי.
All right, stop right there. And here is what we're going to do here. I'm going to complete the rest. And then I have just one more thing for you, Moana Shali. We're going to go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 together, because there's something that I'd like to ask you to do for us. All right, so I'll continue the reading. She said, Wayehi Erev, Wayehi Boker, Yom Rivi. And it was evening and it was morning, day 4. Wayomer Elohim, Yish Retsu Hamayim Sheretz Nefesh Chaya. We'of Yofef Al Haaretz Al Pene Rakia Ha Shemayim. Wayivre Elohim Et Hatanaim Ha Gedolim. We'et Chal Nefesh HaChaya Ha Romeshet. Asher Shartsu Hamayim Limenehem We'et Kal Of Kanaf Limenehu. Wayar Elohim Kitov. Wayavarek Otam Elohim Lemor Peru Urvu Ulmelu Et Hamayim Bamayim Haof Yerev Baaretz. Wayehi Erev Wayehi Boker Yom Chamishi. And it was evening and it was morning, the 5th day. Wayomer Elohim Totse Haaretz Nefesh Chaya Limeneha Behema Ha Remes. We Chaito Eretz Limane Wayehi Chen. Wayaas Elohim Et Chayat Haaretz Li Meniha. We Et Ha Behema Le Minha. We Et Kal Remes Hal Adama. Limenehu Wayaer Elohim Kitov. Wayomer Elohim. Everybody should know this verse in English. Let us create man in our image. And God said, verse 26. Let us create man in our image. For some of you, you're hearing this for the first time in Hebrew. Here is how it sounds in Hebrew. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Wayomer Elohim naaseh Adam. Let us make man besalmenu in our image. Kid motenu after our likeness. Wayirdu bidat haya be'of. And let him have dominion over what? The fish of the sea. Be'ov hashamayim, the birds that fly in the air. Ubehema bechal haaretz, over the beast of the earth. Ubechal haremes haromes al haaretz, and the creeping things which creepeth upon the earth. Vayivre Elohim et Hadam besalmo beselem Elohim, and so God created man besalmo beselem, in his image. Beselem Elohim, in the image of Elohim. Bara oto, and he created them. Zakar, male. Unekvea, female. Bara otam, he created them. Vayavrek otam Elohim, vayomer lahem Elohim heru, uruvu, umelu, et haaretz. Wekiv shuha, urdu, bidat. Hayam uvof, Hashemayim uvechal chaya הרומשת על הארץ. ויאמר אלוהים, הנה נתתי לכם את קהל עשב, זורע זרע אשר על פני קהל הארץ, ואת קהל העץ אשר בו, פרי עץ זורע זרע לכם יהיה לאכלה. ולכל חיית הארץ, ולכל עוף השמיים, ולכל רומס על הארץ אשר בו נפש חיה, את כל ירק עשיו לאכלה, ויהי כן. וירא אלוהים את כל אשר עשה, והנה טוב מאוד. ויהי ערב, ויהי בוקר, יום השישי. Hallelujah. Now, more on the Shali for the good part. All right. More on the Shali. When we do our classes, you know, we don't just read the Torah. So I want to clarify for people out there who may not have a genuine impression of what we do in our Hebrew classes. Our Hebrew classes are designed not just so that people can read biblical Hebrew, but so that they can teach the Bible in biblical Hebrew, which means we go over and beyond in overextending ourselves to learn this text. We do so in such a way where we're not just walking away saying, I can read biblical Hebrew, but we're all walking away saying, I can break down biblical Hebrew. As we say in the Black community, we bust it down to the white meat. With that being said, Moran Nishali, here's the last thing I got for you, and I did save the best for last. I want you to open up, or excuse me, I want you to close this by reading for us Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 once more. And I want you to give us a baseline interpretation. Just tell us what the surface tells us, the surface meaning. Then I want you to get deep and interpret it even beyond the surface meaning. You ready for that?
Okay.
Keep in mind, guys, she didn't know this. She didn't know what we was coming here to do, but she's well prepared. More on the Shali, the floor is yours.
Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. The literal translation, it would be, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. When we look in a deeper sense at the word Bereshit, which is translated as in the beginning, which is incorrect, because the letter Beit as a prefix is acting as a prefix in the word Bereshit. It means in or with. So in this case, we have with beginning. And if we go in the book of Proverbs, Melech Shlomo explain how.
Sorry, stop right there. She's starting on y'all. When she said Melech Shlomo, that's King Solomon for those of you that don't read Hebrew. She gonna keep it humble, but I'm a stunt for her. Melech Shlomo is how we say King Solomon in Hebrew. But go ahead, more on the Shali. I'm just being petty.
Okay. King Solomon expressed that the Torah was here when Yah was creating the heavens and the earth. And when we go deeper, it shows us that the Torah was the blueprint of creation. And if we translate it with an esoteric meaning, it will be with Torah, Elohim created the heavens and the earth, with the Torah as a blueprint for creation.
Hallelujah. I hope everybody heard that. She just broke down that the word Bereshit begins with the letter Beit, which is a prefix. As a prefix, the letter Beit doesn't just mean in, which is why we translate it as in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth, but it can also mean with. Furthermore, the vowel under the letter Beit is a vowel that we call shawah. Shawah, right? And shawah, as a vowel present under the letter Beit, lets us know that the definition is either in or with. Now, had the intent of the writer or the scribe been to translate this as in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, then it would not read Bereshit, but it would read Barashit. The only way to get in the beginning is to read it as Barashit. But that's not how the scribes wrote it and communicated to us. The scribes wrote and communicated to us as Bereshit, which means it can only mean one of two things. In beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, or with beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And if you ask yourself and using common sense, which one sounds better as an authentic sentence? Does it sound better to say, in beginning, God created the heavens and the earth? Or does it sound better to say, with beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, treating the word beginning as something greater than we know it to be? So we borrow from the great mind, King Solomon, who's known as Melech Shlomo in Hebrew. Several times in the book of Proverbs, King Solomon says, Reshit Chachma, Reshit Chachma, beginning is wisdom. Beginning is wisdom. Reshit Chachma. What is Solomon saying? Solomon is saying that there is no real difference between the word Chachma, the Hebrew word for wisdom, and Reshit, the Hebrew word for beginning, because wisdom is always at the head or beginning of all endeavors. Just like we learn in the book of Proverbs, with wisdom our house is built, with understanding it is established, and with knowledge its rooms are filled. If you notice, he began with wisdom, because wisdom is always the beginning. So, Bereshit should properly read and be interpreted not as in the beginning, but with beginning. But in this sense, we're going to use the parallel synonym of beginning, which is chachma, wisdom. And we're going to say, with wisdom, God created the heavens and the earth. And we know, just like in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 18, King Solomon once again says, in speaking of the Torah, he says, it is a tree of life to those who grasp her. In the book of Deuteronomy, the Creator says to Moses that these laws, commandments, and statutes shall be your righteousness in the eyes of the nations. So that means wisdom is both equated with righteousness, which is the Torah, as well as beginning. Hence why, on a much deeper level, we read and interpret in biblical Hebrew the first word of the Torah as with wisdom, God created the heavens and the earth. And to show you how deep that can get, let's do this really quick. Still here, Moran and Charlie?
Okay.
All right, because I'm still going to need you. Still going to need you. So let me just pull up the Hebrew word for wisdom so that everybody can see it. And we're gonna really impress the community tonight with what we do in all of our classes. For us in our classes, what we saying tonight ain't new, but for many of you, this is new information. But for us, this is Friday. This is just Friday. All right, watch this. Would I be accurate, Moran Ashali, when I say that that's the Hebrew word for wisdom?
Okay. Yes.
I want you to read that word for us and tell us what it says in Hebrew.
Chachma.
I want you to spell each individual letter in this word. Tell us what letters these are. Name them.
Is letter Chet, letter Kaf, letter Mem, and letter He.
All right. And this is the word for wisdom in Hebrew, right?
Okay.
Now watch this. The letter Chet, if I was to write that as a word, that could literally be spelled Chet Yod Tav. Is that correct?
Okay. Yes.
Are Hebrew letters also numbers?
Yes, they are.
All right. Do you remember what Chet is?
Yeah, letter hate is number 8.
Excellent. And Yod is 10 and Tav is 400. Is that accurate?
Okay. Yeah.
So when we take the first letter in the Hebrew word for wisdom and we write that letter out as a word in Hebrew, it's spelled Kate Yod Tav, or 8, 10, 400. Somebody write this down in the chat room. I want the audience to be our calculator to check our work live. When we spell out the first letter in the Hebrew word for wisdom, which is the letter Chet, when we spell that out as a full word, it's spelled Chet Yod Tav, or 8, 10, 400. Then we have the letter Kaf, which is spelled Kaf and Pei. Kaf is 20 and Pei is 80. 20 plus 80 is 100. So far we have 418 plus 100. The letter Mem, if we write that out as a word, that's Mem Yod Mem, or 40, 10, 40, which is 90. So far we have 418, 100, and 90. The last letter is the letter He, which is 5. So I want everybody to add 418 plus 100 plus 90 plus 5. I'm going to say that again. I want everybody to add 418 plus 100 plus 90 plus 5 and tell us what you just got. What is 418 plus 100 plus 90 plus 5? So this is why y'all just heard Moran Nishali said that the first word of the Torah can be translated esoterically as, with the Torah, God created the heavens and the earth. Welcome to Biblical Hebrew 101. I want to say thank you to everybody that joined in live. Thank you, Moran Nishali. Thank you to St. Mirko. Thank you to Nehumia. Thank you to Man from VA. Thank you to Prince Dawid. Thank you to everyone that joined in and read live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great Black North, thank you as well. To everybody else, we do Hebrew classes throughout the week. You can email me at zionlex@gmail.com. Moran Nishali, I want to allow you to have the closing words. You did an amazing job tonight. Your class is very proud of you. I know your family is very proud of you. And those of us in YouTube world found you very inspiring. Please close us out.
Thank you, Mora, for the opportunity. This was big for me. It was unexpected. And I invite anyone to come and join the class because it's just amazing. Like, you can learn so many things. And thank you for the support too. That's it. Just come and learn more of our culture and our language. And I think, that's our essence, and we should go back into that.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you so very much. Shabbat Shalom to our online family. Please, guys, if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed. For those of you who are interested in the classes, zionlex@gmail.com. To everybody else, have a beautiful weekend. Good night. Or Lila Tov.